Hey loaders, bullet casters, welcome back to my bench. Hey folks, today we're going to head down to the range and I'm going to test some loads. Now these are not the loads that we're going to use to test and see if there was any significant difference using one die set versus another. These loads are just simply to see how comfortable I am bringing it up to 15 grains. Honestly, it doesn't seem like a big problem because I have been up to 13 and I felt pretty comfortable there. And with the experience I have, I feel pretty comfortable taking it to 15. Probably not a whole lot more though. However, as I think about things, I want to make sure that I'm not setting kind of a bad example. There's a lot of new hand loaders out there, and if you're a new hand loader, I want you to watch this because here's the thing, there's not really any book data out there that's published from Lyman or any of the big companies that really kind of show my target load. Okay, now it's very important to work up your loads, and I have worked up a very similar load in the past with great results. That's why I've been a little bit more on the bandwagon of jumping into the way I'm doing things. However, I just don't feel comfortable going straight into a 15 grain charge. So I'm doing a little bit of load development while also trying to minimize the components used because I'm starting to run low on bullets and it's going to be a little while before I can cast up some more. But hey, look, I want you to have a little sample of what we're working with. This actually is very, very close, if not identical to the original Keith design. Something that I want to point out is the front driving band is the same thickness as the other two. That was one of the things that elmerkieth was pretty adamant about when Ideal, who is Lyman now, took over the design for this particular mold, which I believe is the 429, 421. Lyman kind of made a few of their own adjustments to make it a little bit easier for production and castability. However, this, I believe, is a closer representation. So I am referencing the listings in the books for a 250 grain Keith style bullet. Well, that one actually drops from my mold at 247, pretty close. Additionally, as an assembled round, they load really well. It's just a beautiful bullet, and I'm looking forward to running these through the chronograph just to kind of see what goes on. So yeah, I'm going to take it up to 15 grains. Guys, with the 3-inch barrel, I just don't feel like going up beyond that is any real benefit. So I'm going to start it at 13.5, which is already higher than any published load manual that I've seen. The highest I think I've seen so far is Alliant Powder Company. They actually show this bullet starting at, well, not starting, but with a charge at 13, and that is pretty high. We're going to start a little higher because I've already been in that territory. But yeah, I'm excited about this. So let's do this, guys, and we're going to see what charge I settle on, and we're going to see what it takes to actually hit that Skeeter load and make that 4-digit mark, 1,000 feet per second with a 3-inch revolver. Wow, 250 grains, that's going to be some thump. And yeah, I'm excited. Let's get to it, guys. See you at the range.
25 yards, 13.5 grains of Alliant 2400. For the record, this is also the second use of the Caldwell stable table. And additionally, this is a pad that I just made. And so some experimenting's going on and more than just the loads. 13.5 grains is a little high. Right here goes nothing. (937.7 feet per second). I don't know where it hit. Round number 2. .38 feet per second. And you know it didn't feel all that bad. The primers look just fine. For the record, let's see if we can get a shot of these primers. That's 13.5 grains, folks. The anxiety is over. That felt good and reasonable. Ooh, doggy. That is not bad. So, I gotta say, that's pretty good. 25 yards, and I didn't think I was even gonna get on paper with this new setup and everything. I was so excited I forgot to write down my first, but we had 938.3. Now for round number 3. This is gonna be 14 grains. And if that wasn't enough thump for you, I think this right here will solve that problem. I'm gonna aim a little lower because it sure did seem like I shot a little high. Felt good. It really did. That's 970.1 feet per second. That's a wallop. Only a 6 difference, so 970.1, and then I have now 976.7. So far, I'm thinking this is looking a lot like what the test loads were kind of predicted between both the Lyman and the Pearce manual. Hopefully I'm on paper again. I don't know. That was about 30 feet per second faster. They could be lower. Let's go check it out. Okay, those actually look like they hit right where I was aiming just about, because I aligned my sight right here. So I got a hit here and a hit there. I guess maybe I need to just keep aiming at the bullseye. But yeah, this is feeling great. And I think we might actually be shaking hands with Skeeter here in a minute. But yeah, let's take a look at those primers from the last, just for the record. Not that that tells the whole story. Talk about a gun coming to life. All right, 14.5 grains. We're just gonna aim right at the bull this time. I think I sabotaged my last ones by aiming low. Ooh. Oh, Lord have mercy. Yeah, that right there is where it's at. In fact, nice to meet you, Mr. Skeeter. 1,002 feet per second from this 3-inch barrel. Wow. $1,049 feet per second. That's a big jump. I do kind of feel like this next set is going to be the definite no more. Let's see what these primers look like. You know, folks, I mean, I'm starting to see where they have a little more definition, but they're not really even at that point yet. But still, I don't want to assume too much about primers. I'll walk down to that target, and I can't see good from here. That's my first shot. That's my second shot. This is quite an experience. As much hand loading as I have done, I'm enjoying this experience. I'm enjoying the recoil. I'm enjoying the thump. We got 2 more rounds. I kind of like that. I wish that was both rounds, but it was not. In case there's any doubt, from a 3-inch barrel, that's basically 1,050 feet per second. My goodness. And I suppose my biggest fear is a cracked forcing cone. I don't think we need to worry about that right now. So it looks good to me. Here's 15 grains. This is a do or die load. This officially will put us into Brian Pearce's Category 2 44 special loads. 22,000 PSI, down to 15.5, I think. All right. All we can do now is shoot. That felt great. 1,045. Yep, this is definitely the top, because you know why? The velocities are not increasing. Man, that Brian Pearce article was right on the money. This 3-inch barrel, but he had a 4.5 inch, I think, Freedom Arms revolver, and I think he was pushing 1,100. So yeah, I kind of estimated that. Let's see what we got. Been great having that table. Time well spent. Time well spent, folks. I want to do some more shooting like that, and now that I know that 15 grains is doable, to be honest, I think I might bring it down just a bit for the final loads. Remember, these are test loads to do the test loads. Let's look at these primers. So yeah, if I had to nitpick, I would say we officially have a flattened primer. We're not cratered. The cases look good. Man, that was just great. So knowing what I know now, yeah, I'm gonna ponder on it a little bit, because I don't know, I might go ahead and pick 15 grains. That seems like the benchmark. But it's time to break all this equipment down, folks. I really hope y'all kind of like my little addition here. This stable table by Caldwell. It's been great. It made this a whole lot easier. All I can really do at this point, folks, is to say, hey, I've enjoyed it. Like, subscribe, Leadsmith out.